Stop right now. Before you finish this sentence. Before you even decide how you feel about it. Because the thought you're having at this exact moment might not be as private as you think. Not because someone can hear it. Not because it's being read. But because it's being predicted. And once thoughts become predictable, privacy quietly disappears. Let me open a loop you won't close easily. If your thoughts follow patterns, and patterns can be learned, at what point do your thoughts stop being yours? You don't wake up with random ideas. You wake up with momentum. Leftover emotions from yesterday. Habits from last week. Reactions from last year. And something has learned how that momentum moves. It doesn't need access to your mind. It only needs access to what your mind has already shaped into behavior. Sign number 1, your thoughts leave traces before you notice them. You believe thoughts stay inside until you act. They don't. Your thoughts leak. Through pauses. Through hesitation. Through what you hover over but don't click. Through what you reread. Through what you scroll past slowly. These micro-behaviors reveal what's forming internally before you're even aware of it. Over time, these traces build a profile. Not of what you say. Of what you consider. And consideration is the doorway to thought. Here's the unsettling part. You can be silent and still be readable. Sign number 2, your curiosity is tracked before your decisions. Curiosity comes before choice. You explore before you commit. You linger before you act. And curiosity is one of the easiest things to model. What pulls your attention? What holds it? What you almost engage with? These moments reveal where your thoughts are leaning. So when something later appears that feels like it reads your mind, it's not magic. It's alignment. Ask yourself this. Did the idea come from nowhere? Or did something gently walk you toward it? Sign number 3, emotional patterns expose internal dialogue. You think emotions are private. They're not. Emotional cycles repeat. Stress at certain times. Relief after certain actions. Comfort after certain content. Over time, your emotional responses form a rhythm. And rhythm makes anticipation possible. When something shows up right as you're about to feel bored, anxious, or restless, it feels intuitive. Like it understands you. But here's the disturbing question. If something knows what you'll feel next, how close is it to knowing what you'll think next? Sign number 4, your thoughts are shaped before they fully form. This is where it gets uncomfortable. Sometimes the idea you think you had wasn't created in isolation. It was suggested earlier. Softly. Indirectly. A phrase you saw. A pattern you absorbed. A repeated theme. Thoughts don't appear fully formed. They assemble. And influence works by placing pieces in advance. When your mind later connects them, it feels like originality. But here's the scary part. Influence doesn't tell you what to think. It decides what pieces are available to think with. Sign number 5, internal conflict is being measured. You've felt it. The mental back and forth. Should I, shouldn't I? That hesitation feels private. It isn't. The pause. The delay. The revisit. All of it signals internal debate. And debate is valuable data. It shows pressure points. It shows where doubt lives. And once doubt is mapped, future prompts are adjusted to resolve it. Here's the chilling thought. If conflict can be observed, it can be eased in a specific direction. Sign number 6, familiar thoughts feel like your own voice. The most effective influence doesn't sound external. It sounds like you. Familiar phrases. Familiar logic. Familiar emotional tone. When something presents an idea using your internal language, resistance drops. You don't argue with it. You agree. Because it feels self-generated. This is where privacy erodes quietly. Not because thoughts are stolen. Because they're echoed. Sign number 7, your future thoughts are already estimated. This is the deepest layer. Prediction doesn't stop at what you'll click or say. It estimates how your thinking will evolve. Based on reinforcement. Based on direction. Based on what ideas you accept or reject. Once a likely mental trajectory exists, the environment around you begins supporting it. You feel like you're thinking freely. But the path of thought has guardrails. Pause here. This matters. If your future thinking is estimated, how spontaneous is the present? Now breathe. This isn't about panic. This is about awareness. Because here's the truth. Your thoughts aren't being read. They're being anticipated. And anticipation only works when you're unaware of it. So how do you reclaim mental privacy? First, slow your reactions. Immediate engagement feeds prediction. Pauses disrupt it. Second, break attention habits. Linger where you normally wouldn't. Leave where you normally stay. Unpredictability protects thought space. Third, question familiar ideas. Especially the ones that feel obvious. Ask where they came from. Fourth, strengthen internal reflection. Sit with a thought before acting on it. Let it develop without external input. And most important, remember this. Your mind is still yours. But ownership requires awareness. Patterns don't disappear on their own. They loosen when you notice them. The goal isn't to isolate yourself. It's to stay conscious inside the system that tries to anticipate you. If this made you uneasy, that's not a flaw. That's awareness waking up. Tell me in the comments if you ever felt like an idea wasn't fully yours. And if you want the next layer, how prediction quietly shapes belief over time, you'll want to stay close.